Okay, so today we're going to be looking at equations using formulas, notes 1-3. We're going to write an equation for each of the following and solve, and we're going to round appropriately. So if you're talking about money for your answer, make sure you round to the nearest cents, which is 2 places after decimal. And then on the lengths, widths, heights, anything that you're trying to find on that, you'll do 3 decimal places. Okay, so number 1, it says the perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is 92 feet. The width of the pool is 21 feet. What would be the length of the pool is what you're trying to find. So if you look at your formula chart, you're wanting to find the perimeter of a rectangle. So it's P equals 2L plus 2W because you're adding all the sides and there's 2 lengths and 2 widths. Okay, so on the side, I want you to write down all of your variables that's on your formula. So P, L, and W, and then fill in what you know. So P, notice the perimeter is 92 feet. L, which is your length, is what's circled, so that's what we're trying to find. And then W is your width, which is 21 feet. Okay, so we're going to plug in to our formula. So 92 equals 2L plus 2 times your width, which is 21. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply these together. So that's 92 equals 2L plus 42. And you're solving an equation like what we were doing last week. So we're going to subtract 42. So you end up with 50 equals 2L. So then you would divide by 2. And so your length equals 25. Make sure you label in feet. If you wanted to check it, you could plug in 25 in for your length up here, plug in your 21 for the width, and add them up. You should get the perimeter, which is 92. Okay, looking at number 2, it says the circumference of a circular garden is 1,256 feet. What would be the length of the radius of the garden? So there's not a radius formula, but there is a circumference formula. So you need to find that on your formula chart. There's 2 different ones. We're trying to find R, which is the radius, so make sure you use that one. So C equals 2 pi R. So on your formula, you have 2 variables, C, which is the circumference, gives that to us, 1,256 feet. And then R, your radius, which is what we're trying to find. Okay, so plugging in, we have 1,256 equals 2 pi R. We're wanting to get R by itself. So we need to get rid of this 2 pi. So it's just like having just a regular 2R there, you would need to divide it. So you divide by 2 pi. If you're typing this in on the calculator, make sure that you have 1,256 divided by whatever you're dividing by here. If it's more than 1 here that you're multiplying, make sure you put both of them in parentheses. So I'm going to open up parentheses and do 2. And then your pi button is second. And then your caret key is enter. It told us at the beginning that we're rounding to 3 decimal places. So that would be 199.899. And our radius would be in. So you might make note of that on your notes right here. You need parentheses around that 2 pi if you're typing it all into the calculator. Number 3, we're going to find the height of a cylinder. If the radius is 7 inches and the total surface area of the cylinder is 967.12 square inches. So we're finding the height, we're given a radius, and we're given total surface area. The only thing that has a formula is the total surface area. So that's what you need to find on your formula chart. There's 2 different ones. You can use the one with parentheses or without. So I'm going to use the one without. So total surface area equals 2 pi times your radius times your height. Plus 2 pi times your radius squared. So writing my variables then down, that's in my formula, S, R, and H. S represents your total surface area, which was 967.12 square inches. The radius is 7 inches, and then the H, which is the height, is what we're trying to find. So we're going to plug in. So 967.12 equals 2 pi. The radius is 7, and then we don't know H, so we're going to leave that as H there. Plus 2 pi, radius is 7. We're going to square that radius there. Okay, so now notice right here we need to go ahead and multiply that out so that we have a number there. So we rewrite 967.12. I'm going to go ahead and actually multiply those numbers together also because that's all multiplication there. So that would be 14 pi times H. And then when you type that into the calculator, 2 pi times 7 squared. Let's round up 3 decimal places, so that would be 307.876. Okay, so we're trying to get H by itself because we want the height. So your next step is to get rid of this number here. So we would need to subtract it on both sides of the equation. So subtracting those two. We get 659.244 equals 14 pi times your H, height. So again, we're trying to find H, so we need to get rid of the 14 pi, so we divide that on both sides of the equation. Just like the previous example, if you're plugging it all in, make sure that you put parentheses around the 14 pi. I'm dividing that by 14. So your height would equal 14.989. Your units would be inches. Okay, let's take a look at the back. Or if the volume of a cone is 3,692.64 cubic centimeters and the height of the cone is 18 centimeters, what would be the area of the base? Okay, so now most of you would say, okay, we need to find the area formula, but there's not an area of the base formula. So we need to find the volume of a cube. A cone. Okay, so looking at the formula chart, 1/3 times big B times H, which is the same thing as area of the base times the height divided by 3. So you can use either of those formulas. Okay, so I have a B, a big B, and an H in my formula. B is the volume, which we know is 3,692.64 cubic centimeters. Big B on any formula that you have represents the area of the base, which is what we have circled here. So that's what we're trying to find. And then the H, the height, is 18 centimeters. So I'm going to use this formula here. So volume is 3,692.64 equals the area of the base. The height is 18 divided by 3. Two different ways here. You could go ahead and divide that 18 by 3 there and reduce it, or you could multiply both sides by 3. So if I divided that, that would give me a 6. big B. So then to get big B by itself, divide by 6. So the area of the base equals 615. Now remember, big B is the area at the base. So area, make sure you do your units squared. So that would be centimeters squared. Okay, last one. A car dealership sold you a car for $12,000. The bank financed the car with a simple interest loan. The loan was over 3 years, and the interest rate was 5.25% per year. What will the car end up really costing you? So if you look at your formula chart, at the very bottom is the simple interest formula, which is I equals P RT. I represents the interest in dollars, and then your P represents your starting price, R represents your rate as a decimal, so you'll see it as a percent, you'll have to change that to a decimal, and then T represents your time. So writing down your variables here, I is the amount that you're going to be charged for the interest, which we don't know that. We know the starting price, P, is 12,000. The rate is 5.25%, but I need to change that to a decimal. So move the decimal 2 places to the left. 4 divided by 100, you should get 0.0525. And then your time, it's 3 years. So plugging in, would be 12,000 times your rate, which is 0.0525, and then your years, time is 3 years. Okay, so multiplying all that together, you should end up getting $1,890. Now, looking back at what we circled, we were wanting to find how much the car was going to really cost us. The car is not going to cost $1,890. That's how much interest we're going to pay. So we would have to add that back to the starting price of the car. So the total amount you would pay is $13,800.